In the medical building? You're right. What's the matter? Please call him and tell him Dr. Karras will be by, and that I'd like to take a look at Reagan's EEG. Important. Tell him Dr. Karras. Got it. When he'd hung up the phone, Karras snapped off his collar and got out of his clerical robe and black trousers, changing quickly into khaki pants and a sweatshirt, and over these he wore his priest's black raincoat. But then, examining himself in the mirror, Karras frowned and thought, priests and policemen. They had identifying auras that they couldn't hide. Karras slipped off the raincoat, then his shoes, and got into the only ones he owned that weren't black, a pair of scuffed white tree-torn tennis shoes. In Chris's car, he drove quickly toward Rosslyn. As he waited on M Street for the light to change at Key Bridge, he glanced to his left through the windshield and saw Carl getting out of a black sedan parked in front of the Dixie liquor store. The driver of the car was Kinderman. The light changed. Karras gunned the car forward, turning onto the bridge, then looked back through the mirror. Had they seen him? No, he didn't think so. But what were they doing together? Had it something to do with Reagan's world? With Reagan? Forget it. One thing at a time. He parked at the medical building and went upstairs to Dr. Klein's suite of offices. The doctor was busy, but a nurse handed Karras the EEG, and very soon he was standing in a cubicle, scrolling through the long, narrow band of graph paper slipping slowly through his fingers. Klein hurried in, his glance briefly brushing over Karras's dress. You're, Dr. Karras? Yes. Oh, Sam Klein. Pleased to meet you. As they shook hands, Klein asked, how's the girl? Oh, progressive. Ah, glad to hear it. Karras looked back at the graphs, and Klein joined him in scanning it, tracing his finger over patterns of waves. There you see, very regular. No fluctuations whatever, Klein noted. Yes, I do see that. Curious. Curious? How so? Well, presuming that we're dealing with hysteria. What do you mean? No. Suppose it isn't very well known, Karras answered, as he kept pulling paper through his hands in a steady flow. But a Belgian named Iteka discovered that hysterics seemed to cause some rather odd fluctuations in the graph. A very minuscule but always identical pattern. I've been looking for it here, and I don't see it. Klein grunted noncommittal. How about that? Karras stopped scrolling and looked up at him. He was certainly disordered when you ran this graph. Is that right? Oh, yeah, I'd say. Huh? Yes, it was. Well, then isn't it curious that she tested so perfectly? Even subjects in a normal state of mind can influence their brain waves, at least within the normal range. And as Reagan was disturbed at the time, wouldn't it seem there'd be some fluctuations? If Dr. Mrs. Simmons is interrupted, cracking open the door. Okay, I'm coming. Klein told her. As the nurse hurried off, he took a step toward the hallway, but then turned with his hand gripping the edge of the door. Speaking of hysteria, he commented dryly. Sorry, gotta run. He closed the door behind him. Karras heard his footsteps heading down the hall, the opening of a door, and then, well now, how are we feeling today? The closing of the door shut off the rest. Karras went back to his study of the graph, and when he'd finished, he folded it up and banded it, then returned it to the nurse in reception. Some of it was something he could use with the bishop as an argument that Reagan was not a hysteric, and therefore conceivably could be possessed. And yet the EEG had posed still another mystery. Why no fluctuations? None. None at all. Karras drove back toward Chris's house, but at a stop sign at the corner of Prospect and 35th, he froze behind the wheel. Sitting in the driver's seat of